Yeah. Rusty girls everywhere. Titty ass hands in the air. So party over here. Shaking for the man, let it yeah. Man, let it yeah.
Hey Kupos, what's up? Finally here today, Final Fantasy Talk, and today we're going to talk about some more Final Fantasy 15 today we're going to talk about again, for I don't know how many times now, probably the fourth time, but today we're going to talk about super bosses in Final Fantasy 15. As you know, there's nothing shown or anything about super bosses in Final Fantasy 15, but I am still staying with my theory of the weapons from Final Fantasy 7 being in Final Fantasy 15. And I say, this is why I say this, because honestly, the open world in Final Fantasy 15 is going to be massive, you know, and I'm pretty sure that's why all these bugs and everything happened, because the game's actually going to be pretty big, and that's why they delayed it and worked on it and everything, so that's all good. But since this is my thought process right now on super bosses, okay? Now, if you don't know, I'm not gonna say anything spoiled about the Final Fantasy 15 movie because I haven't seen it myself either. But all I know, really important, that's in the Final Fantasy 15 movie, it's not really a spoiler, but I'm pretty sure you've seen it. Diamond Weapon is in Final Fantasy 15, okay? Diamond Weapon Diamond Weapon's only from FF7. Okay, there's now other, you know, small appearances and other tiny FF games, but besides the whole FF series in full, Diamond Weapon has only been FF7, and it now appears out of nowhere in a Final Fantasy 15 movie. Okay, now this is how I want it to work, and how I think that it would be awesome if it did work this way. So if the weapons were in the Final Fantasy 15 game and everything, this is how I want to work. It just, if it's one, or if it's Diamond, Ruby, Emerald, hopefully it's all of them if they do add in the weapons. Since the Final Fantasy 15 open world is, you know, pretty massive or whatever, like I said, I want these super bosses to be, you know, just going around the world. You know, like it's gonna be hard to counter them because, you know, they're gonna be pretty rare. You won't see them so much, but when you do see them, you have an opportunity to fight them. Or let's say at the beginning of the game, you know, you get that small lucky chance of, hey, here's Diamond Weapon, but guess what, you're still under leveled and it's basically going to annihilate you. Even though that would really suck, I wouldn't mind it at all, man. I would be like, you know what, man, I got to see Diamond Weapon, and you know, I'll probably live 5 seconds through that fight. But in the future, when I, you know, just you know, running around the open world, and if I'm trying to search for Diamond Weapon, it's gonna take a while because that percentage of chance of him appearing, because like these guys can fly basically, like they can basically somewhat fly, or if there's like ocean and stuff, Emerald Weapons in the ocean, and maybe somehow we can swim under the water or go underwater. I know there's boats and stuff on Final Fantasy 15. I know you can swim in Final Fantasy 15, but can you go underwater in Final Fantasy 15? Well, we gotta find that out when we play the game. But if you can, if we have a submarine or whatever, then you already know the Emerald Weapon is gonna be down there. Okay, if they're adding the weapons, you already know he's going to be down there. And hey, you know what, man, since you're going to reality, you already know, right? Let's be for real now. You know, we only know like what, 4% of our own ocean, you know what I mean? And we know more about space. Well, guess what, we only know 4% of ocean in FF15, and that chance of Emerald Weapon coming out is very slim. But when it does, then hey, that's your chance to battle it. I really think they should do something like that. And for Ruby Weapon, I don't know where Ruby Weapon would be, bro. I don't know, fucking just walking around the open world sometimes, then he'll be the easy one. He would be the easy one to come out. But that's what I think, because since the weapon was in FF15, and also that background that I talked about before, of just, you know, of the guys, and then these free fucking, you know, shadows behind them and everything, it just really reminds me of the weapons from Final Fantasy 15. Now people are also saying, oh, that it could be Sapphire. You know, it doesn't matter, man. Okay, Sapphire, Diamond, Emerald, Ruby, one of them, all 4 of them, 3 of them, 2 of them, I don't care, bro. Just any of them, that would be very cool, you know. I'm not an FF7 fanboy or whatever. FF7 is not my favorite game, but still, it'd just be awesome to see those weapons from a game that came out in 1997 that was pixelated, but still it was, you know, it was still cool to freaking see and everything, and now in these types of graphics and everything, that'd be very awesome. And you know, if they were not in the game, that's how I would want them to be, and hopefully they will be in the game like that. And it is hinted that, you know, Square Enix does not say anything about Diamond Weapon or whatever. They have not stated anything. But Square, listen, I know Tokyo Game Show is coming up. That's the time to say something. Maybe just a little bit, just something. You know, you don't need to show it, but just say something, and then feed me, okay? Feed me. So anyway, Kupos, that's what I think about Super Bosses so far now. We haven't really seen anything about it, but since I've seen the open world a lot more from that 50-minute gameplay, I've just been thinking like, hey, like, this is how I see the Final Fantasy you know, like Super Bosses working in FF15. It would make sense, but it wouldn't. Would it? I think it would. Anyway, that's just my opinion. But anyway, Kupos, you let me know in the comments below what you think about that. Do you think the weapons could be Super Bosses in FF15, or do you think they will be completely different Super Bosses? You let me know in the comments below, Kupos. And yeah, so anyway, Kupos, hope you enjoyed. I'm Final, and I'm out. See ya. Bye.